I was taken aback when I overheard them discussing my wife's lover, their voices laced with admiration. They talked about how much better he was than me in every way, more successful, charming, and attentive. It felt like a punch to the gut, shattering my perception of our life together. The laughter and compliments cut deep, leaving me to question everything I thought I knew about our relationship. Recently, my wife, Emily, appears to be lost in a world that does not include me. I catch her in brief moments, her fingers flying over her phone. A smile forms on her lips as she types. It's the kind of joy-filled secret that makes me uncomfortable. At first, I dismiss it, convincing myself that it's just mundane conversation with her best friend Lisa. But the longer this goes on, the more my stomach churns. "Emily?" I say one evening as we sit on the couch, watching a rerun of our favorite show. The familiar laugh track is hollow tonight. "Who are you texting so often?" She looks at me, the light in her eyes dimming just slightly. "Oh, it's only Lisa. You know how we are." I nod, but something about her tone makes me uneasy. "Just Lisa." She gives a non-committal shrug and returns her gaze to the screen. But I can feel the distance between us increasing. The air is thick with paranoia, a whisper that suffocates. I remind myself to trust her. But as time passes, that trust seems increasingly misplaced. Then, one afternoon, while she is out doing errands, I make a decision. My heart raced as I took her phone from the kitchen counter. I should not do this. I understand, but the desire to discover the truth is overwhelming. I unlock the screen. Fortunately, she hasn't changed her password in years and can access her messages. At first, it's just the usual banter between her and Lisa. But as I scroll up, I notice something else. My stomach drops. God, he is amazing. One message reads better than any I've ever had. Another reads, "I can't believe how good he is in bed. You've no idea." As I read, my heart is pounding in my chest, making it difficult to breathe. My instincts were correct. My wife is cheating on me. The realization hits me like a freight train. Every word is a dagger that digs deeper into my stomach. I am a fool for not noticing it sooner. When Emily walks through the door, arms full of groceries, I get a rush of adrenaline. I want to confront her and demand answers, but I hold back. I need a plan. I can't tell her I found out. "Not yet. Hello, babe. I have your favorite snacks," she chirps with her voice. Too cheerful. I force a smile. My mind raced. "Thank you, Em. That's very thoughtful." As she puts the groceries away, I think about how to turn the tables. If she believes she can betray me without repercussions, she is in for a rude awakening. Over the next few days, I keep a close eye on her, noting every text she sends and every laugh she lets out when she thinks no one is looking. I hear her on the phone, her voice low and conspiratorial, and the jealousy that churns inside me becomes more dangerous. One night, I confront her in a way that feels calculated but necessary. We sit at the dinner table. The remnants of our meal broke the uncomfortable silence between us. "Emily, is there anything you want to tell me?" I ask with my voice. Steady. She looks up. A look of surprise crossed her face. "What do you mean?" I've noticed you've been distracted lately, texting frequently." She swallows, the color leaving her cheeks. "It's only Lisa." She repeats, but this time her voice trembles. "Just Lisa." I lean in, my heart racing, because I suspected you were talking about someone else. Her gaze darts to the side. Her gaze flashed with guilt. "Jason, you're being paranoid. I swore, it is nothing." I chuckle, but it sounds hollow to my ears. "Nothing. Let's see how much you enjoy your little secret after I'm done." The tension in the room rises, and I can see the wheels turning in her mind. She knows something is wrong, but she doesn't realize how close I am to unraveling everything. That night, I sit in bed, wide awake, thinking about my next steps. I do not want to be the victim in this story. I'm done being the clueless husband. If she believes she can play me for a fool, she has another thing coming. As moonlight spills into our room, illuminating the once safe and warm space, I make my decision. I will take charge of this story. I'll show Emily how much I can ruin her idyllic little life. Thus begins the game, a game of secrecy, deception, and vengeance. I smile to myself. the thought stimulating. I'll give her a taste of her own medicine. She knows very little. I am just getting started. The following day, the sun rises brightly, mocking me as I lie in bed, my mind racing with ideas. Emily is already awake and humming to herself in the kitchen. The cheerful melody bothers me, but I play along. I pull myself out of bed and join her. "Good morning, sunshine," she chirps, flipping pancakes on the stove. "Morning," I say, trying to be casual as I lean against the counter and watch her. "What is on the agenda today?" "Oh, I see," she says, stirring the batter with a forced smile. "Just work, and perhaps some shopping with Lisa. We're going to check out the new boutique downtown." "That sounds fun," I respond, forcing a smile on my own. "Will you be out late?" "Probably," she responds without looking up from the stove as she plates the pancakes. I decide to drop the ruse. "What are you and Lisa actually up to? I mean, apart from shopping?" She freezes for a moment, her gaze narrowing. "What do you mean?" "Eileen?" "Closer." I keep my voice low. "I mean, you have been acting strangely lately. Is there anything you want to tell me?" Her demeanor changes, and the playful smile is replaced by something sharper. "Jason, you're being paranoid. Just because I'm having fun doesn't imply that I'm hiding something." I step back. A bitter taste rose in my throat. "Right. Because having fun is what it's all about, right?" Before she can respond, her phone vibrates on the counter. I catch a glimpse of Lisa's name on the screen. Emily's eyes widen as she grabs the phone, but not before I read the message. "I cannot wait to see you tonight. He is incredible." I clench my jaw, fighting the urge to slam my fist against the counter. Who is incredible? Just a guy we met at the bar. She speaks too quickly and avoids my gaze. "Just a guy," I keep my voice icy cold. "Are you sure it's not the incredible guy you've been texting?" Her face peels. "Jason, please stop. You scare me." "Good," I snap. My rage is bubbling over. "Perhaps you should be scared." I storm out of the kitchen, slamming the door behind me, leaving her bewildered. I enter the garage, my mind racing. I need to gather additional information, and if Lisa is involved, I need to talk to her. I take out my phone and send a quick text to my friend Mark, whom I have known since college. He's the type of person who knows everyone and can find out almost anything. "Hello, Mark. I need a favor. Can you find out what Lisa is up to?" I have a feeling she knows more than she lets on. Minutes later, my phone vibrates with a response. "Sure, man. I will ask around. What's happening?" I hesitate, then type back. "It is about Emily. I believe she's cheating on me." There is a pause before Mark responds. "Damn, that's rough. I will look into it. Are you feeling restless?" I decide to go to a nearby cafe, hoping to clear my mind. As I drive into the parking lot, I see Lisa's car parked outside. My heart is racing. This is a perfect opportunity. I enter the cafe and take a seat in the corner where I can see the entrance. Lisa enters moments later, animatedly chatting on her phone. I lean back, watching her settle down at a table, still engaged in her conversation. "Yeah, I can't believe she didn't know." Lisa laughs in a conspiratorial tone of voice. "It's too easy. I just hope he keeps this up." She doesn't realize what she's missing. My blood runs cold as I try to hear her words. They are talking about me. My wife and her best friend are planning something behind my back. Mark walks in, scanning the room until he finds me. I wave him over and he joins me at the table. He wears a concerned expression. "Hey, what up?" he asks. He lowered his voice. "Listen," I say, nodding at Lisa. "She's here with a guy. I believe they are planning something. I need you to help me figure out what they are saying." Mark looks over and leans in. "Are you sure you want to do this? It could get messy." "I do not care," I hiss. "I need to know what's going on." Mark nods, determination shining through his eyes. "Okay, I'll try to get close. Just hold tight." As he walks toward the restroom, I pay close attention to Lisa, attempting to decipher her expression. She hangs up the phone and takes out her own, typing furiously. Moments later, another person enters the cafe. A tall, athletic man with a pleasant smile. He approaches Lisa's table, and my stomach twists. This must be an amazing guy. "Hey, gorgeous," he says, leaning in to kiss her cheek. "Hello, I was just telling you about Jason." Lisa responds, her voice dripping with false innocence. I can barely control my rage as I hear snippets of their conversation. They laugh together. Their chemistry is palpable. The betrayal goes deeper than any knife. Just then, Mark reappears, his expression grim. I couldn't hear much, but they were talking about a party tonight. Emily is supposed to be attending a party, I repeat, my mind racing. What kind of party? I'm not sure, Mark says. But it sounds like they're going to have a good time. We need to know more. I'll see if I can get any intel. I nod. My heart was racing with a combination of anger and determination. I'd like to crash that party. Are you certain? That could turn ugly. I lean in with my voice low and fierce. If she believes she can have fun without consequences, she has another thing coming. As we make our plans, I feel a rush of adrenaline. This is no longer just about revenge. It is about reclaiming my life and proving to Emily that I am not the man she believes I am. As evening approaches, I prepare for what lies ahead. As I look at myself in the cafe window, I see a man ready to fight for his dignity, his heart hardened against the betrayal. Tonight, the game shifts in my favor, and I will not hold back. The plot thickens, and I'm prepared to uncover the truth, regardless of the cost. As the sun sets, the sky transforms into an orange and purple tapestry. I find myself pacing in my living room, nerves tense with anticipation. Mark texted me earlier to confirm that the party will take place at a swanky downtown apartment, one of Lisa's friends, apparently. I take a deep breath, bracing myself for what's ahead. Tonight, I will face the truth head on. Jason, where are you going? Emily inquires, stepping out of the bathroom with a towel wrapped around her. She appears radiant, oblivious to the storm brewing beneath her exterior. I pause and force a smile. Just met a friend for a quick drink, nothing major. Okay, fair enough. She nods before turning to brush her hair in the mirror. I plan to catch up with Lisa later. Yes, I heard. I try to maintain a light tone, even though my heart is pounding in my chest. She looks back at me, a hint of suspicion on her face. Are you sure you are okay? Just tired, I respond, running for the door before she can pry any further. Have fun. The journey to the party is a blur of red lights and racing thoughts. I can't stop picturing Emily laughing with that guy at the cafe. Their shared smiles pierce through my resolve. My phone vibrates again, jolting me out of my reverie. I'll be at the party at 15. Let's stick to our plan. Keep your cool. It's Mark, and I respond quickly. I get it. I will be there soon. As I approach the apartment building, my stomach tightens. The entrance is crowded with people laughing and conversing. The vibrant energy is almost mocking. I get out of my car, square my shoulders, and take a deep breath. This is it. Inside. The atmosphere is electric. Music pulses through the air, and the scent of cocktails mixes with laughter. I scan the crowd, my heart racing, looking for Emily and Lisa. Hello, man. I'm glad you made it. Mark appears beside me. A drink is in hand. Are you ready for this? Not really, but I have no choice. I cast a glance around and notice Lisa's familiar face across the room. She's talking animatedly with a group of friends, and the sight of her makes my blood boil. Let's stick together. We will figure this out, Mark suggests with a steady voice. I nod, keeping my eyes on the crowd. After a few moments, I see Emily. She's perched on a bar stool, her laughter overpowering the music. Her hand rested on the cafe patron's shoulder. Matt, I believe his name is Mark. There they are. I whisper, my heart racing. Let's get close, Mark says, leading the way through the crowd of partygoers. My breathing is irregular. I can hear their conversation, punctuated by laughter and flirtation. Seriously? Jason doesn't know, does he? Matt chuckles, his arm casually wrapped around Emily's waist. Emily replies, Not a single one. Her smile is radiant. He's very trusting. It is almost cute. I feel a sharp pain in my chest. Cute is not the way I want to be described. Not by anyone, especially not from her. My anger rises, and I can feel the heat rising to my face. Stay calm, Jason, Mark murmurs, sensing my anxiety. Let us not blow your cover yet. We get closer, and I can see Emily lean into Matt, her body language saying far more than her words. Their intimacy is suffocating. Hey, you're going to enjoy this party. Lisa joins in, her eyes sparkling. This is the best night of the month. Yeah, the drinks are flowing and the atmosphere is incredible, Matt adds, his gaze flicking to Emily with such intensity that my skin crawls. Right. Emily grins. At that point, it appears that the world is slowing down. I'm about to burst. I want to scream and tear them apart, to make her see the pain she's causing me right now. Mark whispers, nudging me as he points to the trio. I take a deep breath and move forward, forcing my way into their circle. Hey, what's a party without a main event? Despite the whirlwind of emotions within me, I announce my words with a steady voice. Emily us, head snaps toward me, shocked expression on her face. Jason, what are you doing here? I just wanted to see what you were up to. I respond, my gaze fixed on hers, refusing to back down. This is Matt. She stammers and tries to regain her composure. It's nice to meet you, man. Matt extends a hand, but I ignore it and focus on Emily instead. You mentioned you were with Lisa tonight. I challenge my voice, low and firm. But you are with him. Emily's expression changes from surprised to annoyed. Jason, don't cause a scene. This is not the time. Now is not the time. I respond incredulously. Do you think I'm going to stand by and let this happen? Mark remains silent, sensing the tension, as Matt crosses his arms, a cocky grin spreading across his face. Perhaps you should loosen up, dude. Matt sneers. She's having fun. You should try it sometime. I can feel the fire starting in my gut. Fun. Is that what it is? Because it looks very much like betrayal to me. Betrayal? Emily responds, her voice rising. You're the one acting paranoid. I did not sign up for this. I did not sign up for you to cheat on me, I yell, the words rushing out before I can catch them. The surrounding chatter quietens as people turn to watch the scene unfold. Emily's cheeks flush with anger, and I catch a glimpse of vulnerability in her eyes. You are making me feel embarrassed. She snaps, her tone sharp. Good, you should feel embarrassed. I respond, the weight of my anger pouring out. Do you think I won't find out? Do you think I would let you get away with this? Mark intervenes, attempting to defuse the situation. Let's just take a breather. Perhaps we can discuss this. No, this is between us, I interject. My gaze fixed on Emily. You should accept responsibility for your actions. For a moment. Silence is heavy in the air. Emily looks at Matt, her expression pleading. But then she looks back at me. Her resolve hardens. Do you think you're perfect? She accuses, her tone low and venomous. You have no idea what I have gone through. Enlighten me then. I challenge my heart to race. Please tell me what justifies this betrayal. Maybe I wanted someone who would actually pay attention to me. She yells, tears glistening in her eyes. Someone who makes me feel alive in that moment. Something inside of me breaks. The woman I thought I knew was unraveling in front of my eyes, and it hurts beyond words. I look around, noting the crowd that has gathered. The curious case is focused on our fight. I do not want to be that guy. The person who airs their dirty laundry in public. Let us get out of here. My voice is softer now, barely above a whisper. We can talk in private. Emily shook her head defiantly. I do not want to talk to you right now. Fine, I respond. My voice is cold. But no, I am done playing nice. With that, I turn to push through the crowd. Mark follows closely behind. I can feel Emily's eyes burning into my back, but I don't turn around. Not yet. As I step outside, the cool night air washes over me, and I feel a mixture of rage and sadness. I cannot believe it has come to this. But the truth is clear. I'm currently at war. A battle for my heart and dignity. What are the next steps? Mark inquires, falling into step beside me. I look at him, my jaw set. We are just getting started. I'll show her the consequences of her actions, and I'll make sure Matt understands he's playing with fire. Mark nods, the determination in his eyes mirroring mine. Let us do this. Together, we walk into the night, prepared to face whatever comes next. The intrigue grows and battle lines are drawn. I may have lost the first skirmish, but I will not lose the war. The night air is thick with tension as Mark and I leave the party. The sounds of laughter and music faded behind us. My heart is racing, fueled by a combination of anger and disbelief. I can't get over the image of Emily and Matt laughing as if my heartache were a distant whisper. The betrayal runs deep, and I can't let it go unanswered. "We need a plan," Mark says as we approach my car. "You cannot just let this go." I nod. I feel the weight of my decision pressing down on me. I need to confront them together. They believe they can have fun without consequences. It's time they realized how wrong they are. As I start the engine, I can feel the adrenaline rush through me. The streets are quiet. As we drive back to the apartment, the street lights flicker above us. My mind is racing with possibilities, and each scenario flashes before me. "Are you certain about this?" Mark asks, breaking the silence. "What happens if things get out of hand?" "They're already out of hand," I respond, gripping the wheel tighter. I cannot just let her walk away from this. When we arrive at the apartment complex, I park and we enter the elevator. My heartbeat became louder with each floor. We ascend. "You ready?" Mark asks, sensing my distress. "As ready as I will ever be." As we enter the hallway, I respond, attempting to hide the fear that is gnawing at me. I took a deep breath. Preparing for the confrontation, I approach the door, my hand hovering over the doorknob. Right before I knock, I hear laughter from within, Emily and Matt's voices mingling with the music. I exchange a glance with Mark and do not say anything. I knocked hard on the door. The laughter inside comes to an abrupt halt, and a tense silence falls over the room. "Who is it?" Emily calls out, her voice tight. "Open up, Emily. We need to talk," I respond, trying to keep my voice steady. Moments later, the door swings open, revealing Emily's surprised expression. She's wearing a flowing dress that hugs her figure in all the right places, and it makes my stomach turn. "Jason, what are you doing here?" she asks, pretending to be surprised, but I can see the guilt in her eyes. "I think we both understand why I am here," I say, entering without waiting for an invitation. Mark follows closely behind. The tension is palpable. "Wow, man." "Chill," Matt says, stepping out from behind Emily, his casual demeanor getting on my nerves. "This is not your business." "Oh, it is very much my business," I respond, my voice low and fierce. What quote-s going on here is entirely my business." Emily's eyes flash with rage. "This is not how you resolve issues, Jason. You're creating a scene. A scene. Do you think this is a scene?" I respond incredulously. "Do you think I will just sit back and let you betray me without saying anything?" "Look, I didn't intend for it to happen this way," Emily says, her voice rising. "It quote-s just happened. You were very distant, and then I met Matt. He's different." "Different? How?" I confront the anger that is bubbling up because he is charming, because he does pay attention to you. Is this all it takes? Matt moves forward, attempting to assert his dominance. "You should back off, man. She is not your property." "Property?" I scoff, my hands tightening into fists. "This is not about ownership. This is about trust. You broke it." Emily looks between us, and the tension builds. "You do not understand. It isn't only about you. I felt trapped for a long time. I needed something else. Someone like him." I jab, gesturing at Matt. "Do you think he is better than me? Do you think he makes you happy?" A glint of defiance appears on her face. "Perhaps I do. Maybe he does listen and care." At that point, my heart breaks. The betrayal goes deeper than any knife can. I repeat, disbelief permeating my voice. "Do you think he cares about you?" "Emily, this is a fling. You are just another conquest for him." Matt laughs, but it sounds hollow. "Maybe you should take a good look in the mirror. You are not the same person you used to be." "I do not need to hear this from you," I respond, my voice rising. "Do you think I'll let you walk away from this without consequences?" "Consequences?" Emily scoffs and folds her arms defiantly. "What are you going to do? Threaten me? You're the one acting irrationally. Rational. You're the one who has been lying." I yell, frustrated. "Do you think I will let you destroy everything we've built?" "Emily, I loved you. Loved. You don't know what love is anymore." She snaps back, her tone bitter. "You've been so caught up in your own world that you haven't noticed me slipping away." My heart sank. Her words struck me like a brick. Maybe she is right. I've been caught up in my own concerns, and by doing so, I neglected her. But this does not excuse her actions. Then maybe it's time to face the truth. I speak, my voice trembling with emotion. You have chosen him. You have made your decision. Jason, she begins, her tone changing. No, do not try to explain. It is too late for that. I take a step back as reality crashes down around me. I deserve better than this. And so do you. Are you really going to leave us over this? She asks, desperation creeping into her tone. What about us? Us. You've already thrown it away. I yell, my rage boiling over. This is not love. It is betrayal. Perhaps you should leave, Matt interjects, attempting to hold his ground. You're only making things worse. Worse? I laugh bitterly. Do you think things could get worse? I am just getting started. I'll make sure everyone knows about this little incident. Emily's face peels as realization dawns on her. Jason, do not do this. But I am done. The betrayal has cut too deep, and I know there is no going back. You made your decision, Emily. Now deal with it. I turn and head for the door. Mark falls in step with me. Wait, Emily calls, her voice full of panic. Please do not go. I pause for a moment, my heart aching from the sound of her desperation. But I can't turn back. I can't stay in a relationship based on lies. It is over. As I enter the hallway, the weight of my decision settles on me. Mark gives me a worried look but says nothing. We make our way to the elevator. The silence between us was heavy. Once outside, I take a deep breath, allowing the cool air to fill my lungs. You okay? Mark asks quietly. No, I respond, shaking my head. But I will be. The realization hit me hard. Emily and I are finished, our lives forever changed by her betrayal. However, at the same time, I experience a strange sense of freedom. I will not be the man she believed I was, the man who was willing to accept her infidelity. I look back at the apartment. A final farewell lingers in my heart. I may never see Emily again, but I know I cannot let this define me. In the weeks that follow, I work on rebuilding my life. I devote my energy to work, friendships, and discovering new interests. Each day is a step closer to healing, and the pain of betrayal fades with each passing moment. However, the memory of Emily and Matt serves as a constant reminder of what I deserve: honesty, loyalty, and respect. As I reflect on my journey, I realize that sometimes the most difficult decisions result in the greatest growth. I'll never forget the love we shared, but I refuse to let it fade into the shadows of betrayal. The mystery that once bound us has vanished, leaving only the truth behind. And in that truth, I find strength. I might have lost her, but I am gaining so much more: my freedom. The finality of it all sinks in, and I step forward, ready to face whatever comes next.